Hello, my name is Jacob and I work as a broker here on Yacht Sale. Behind me you see one of the most beautiful yachts I've ever had the privilege to work with. It's an M46 from M-yachts. M-yachts is what you could call a boutique yard here in Sweden, which means they're a smaller yard and they only build boats when they receive an order. The boat is based on the hull from the M46, but this one was actually designed by Holland. She is a beautiful yacht. As you can see, she's a bit low, which really brings back the feeling of boats from the early 1900s. But this is a modern boat. She was built in 2008, which means you have all the new build techniques in her. We have a plastic hull, which is really much more convenient than a wood hull, but you still have the same lines. So it's the best from two worlds. M-yachts, they have their factory on the west coast of Sweden, just outside Lysekil. And this boat, as I said, was built in 2008, and since then she's had one family as owner. Originally, she came with a full batten mainsail rig, but in 2016, for convenience, they changed it to a furling mast. She has a 4-ton lead keel and of course also a gennaker. So even though you have a furling mainsail, I can promise you she will do very well out on the ocean. For now, I'm going to take you on board. I'm going to show you the highlights of the boat and of course the beautiful Swedish interior. Welcome aboard. Let's start with the stern of the boat. As you can see, we have a positive stern, which really helps to create these classical lines that I was talking about earlier. Unfortunately, a positive stern like this means the boat gets quite high and it can be a problem to get on board when she's moored with the aft toward the dock. But M-yachts have found a beautiful solution to this. Just open up these two hatches, like so, and then you release the locking mechanism, and there you go. You get a small swim platform and also a stair up on the boat, and of course a swim ladder for those lazy days when you're just lying in a bay enjoying the sea. The helm. On this boat we have one steering wheel. It's a great size for this boat, and with that I mean that you can comfortably sit like I'm doing right now in the middle of the boat and just sail on. But if you're out sailing for real, it's big enough for you to comfortably sit on the side and lean against the railing and still have a very good hold of the steering wheel. In front of the wheel we have the GPS plotter. It's a Raymarine E80 plotter. And next to that we have the controls for the bow thruster. Down below, compass and the controls for the autopilot. As you can see, we have 4 winches, which is quite easy to reach from the helm's position. The 2 forward ones are actually electric and they have 2 sets of controls. The first one are up here and the second one are down by my feet. This really makes it easier for you to sail this boat when you're by yourself or with a skeleton crew. The cockpit. We have a very comfortable cockpit thanks to these high backrests, so you won't hurt your back sitting here for longer periods of time. As you can see, we don't have a fixed table, which makes it easier for you to move around the cockpit when you're out sailing, but it's also nice when you're sitting here like me. I'm a tall guy, so I have a lot of space for my legs, which I really enjoy. You have a cockpit table, of course. It's a loose one, which you connect right here. Over here you have storage for all your lines. Basically all lines from the rigging comes down below the spray hood, so you never need to go up on deck when you're out sailing, which is also a nice safety feature. The deck of the M46. As you can see, we have a teak deck, but the coach roof is plastic, which really helps with the maintenance of the boat. We have a self-tacking jib to make the sailing even more convenient. We have a high stenchion, and this is something I really enjoy since this is a boat who's designed to be out on the open waters, and sometimes you have to go up on deck even though most lines are pulled back to the cockpit. and then you feel much more secure when you have these high stanchions. The stays for the mast, M-yachts managed to break them apart, which really helps with the movement on deck, since you don't have to do this weird movement when you go around the stanchions, because you can go straight through. The galley. We have an L-shaped galley on this boat, which helps the movement for the crew. When someone is in the kitchen, you can easily walk past without disturbing the chef. It's a good sized galley with quite a lot of workspace. We have 2 sinks and the fridge right here. Storage wise, we have cupboards right here. Second one underneath the sinks, and then of course top storage on both sides. Underneath here we will find a gas stove with 2 burners and an oven. The saloon of the M46. This is a very classical Swedish saloon with these 2 very comfortable chairs on the starboard side of the boat, and of course with a bar in between. This is a perfect place to just sit and enjoy the beautiful woodwork that M-yachts have made on this boat. On the starboard side we have a U-shaped couch that would easily fit up to 8 people, and of course a great dining table. This M46 is a 2-cabin boat, and right now I'm sitting in the aft guest cabin. It's a well-designed cabin with a lot of volume. As you can see, I'm quite a tall guy and I still have a lot of headroom. The bed itself, you can easily sleep 2 persons very comfortably here. You have up top a skylight and also a window right here, which means you will get great ventilation even if the door is closed. And of course, you have your own wardrobe. The head. M-yachts place the head in the front part of the boat. As you can see, we have the mast right here. We have a manual toilet and we have a separate shower compartment where I'm sitting. We have a lot of volume here. You can easily stand up without hitting your head. And we also have 2 skylights, which is great since this is an area where you have a lot of moisture, and with these 2 skylights you get great ventilation. The owner's cabin. Again, M-yachts and Ron Holland have done a great job designing this cabin. We have a lot of volume, and they also thought about this, that when you're out by yourself with this boat, you might want to sleep with the head facing forward. Therefore, they put a reading light on the front bulkhead. Of course, you also have reading lights right here in the back. Storage-wise, you have more than enough. We have 1 hanging closet right here, 1 smaller cupboard over there, and behind the door you have a full hanging closet. There you go, a first look on this beautiful M46 from M-yachts. If you want to see more photos of the boat, we have that on our website, yachtsale.se. I will put a link directly to the ad in the comments below. If you have questions about the boat, please feel free to contact me directly on jacob@yachtsale.se. But for now, thanks for watching.